Hello and welcome to the Silver Lining, the weekly geekly talk show where we discuss any number of topics that may have come up during the week. One topic in particular, this time it's unless viewer topics is chock full of goodness. We may only have this one topic because there wasn't really anything that I noticed that I really wanted to talk about. But I mean it's a big one. You know how we are with our Nintendo Directs. I'm your host, Uncle Silver, aka Silver Greg, aka Greg, whatever you are comfortable calling me. And welcome to you, my co-host, the chat. As always, a fantastic time to have you here to discuss what is a cornucopia of average announcements. To spoil as a spoiler for my thoughts on the Nintendo Direct. It was a fine direct. It just, I mean, we'll get into it. But it was a good direct. It was not a great direct. It was not a bad direct. It was just a good direct. You know what? I can't even say it was good. It was a direct. And you'll understand when we talk about that. I'll make that clear. Hello, Aqua AGM, Hyrule, Phil, Ryan, Cyan Fox. Hello, Greg. Hope you're feeling better. I am. I don't know what that was yesterday. I think maybe it was. I had a piece of salmon with some couscous for lunch, and the couscous is not the greatest meal ever, but I made it, so I'm trying to eat it. All right, time to do my taxes. Oh, stream! If you're doing your taxes now, you've got big problems. So Nintendo's releasing a new accessory. Oh yeah, I want to talk about that accessory too. Yeah, the direct story was play the damn thing. We got big sweaty man. I mean technically afternoon here. Couscous. Yeah, it's actually like COUS or something. I think that's how. Now I have to know. Yeah, COUS. Couscous. My impeccable timing never fails. I hope everybody had a good week. I hope everybody had a fun Labor Day, or at least a relaxing Labor Day. Everybody does different things for Labor Day, I imagine. I know a lot of people try and barbecue. It's funny, I have a barbecue grill, and I haven't used it in forever. I honestly thought it was broken. And it has like the two grills, like the actual part that you put food on. One of them broke last year, so I would either have to find replacement or get a whole new grill. I for some reason my brain said, "Oh, the propane's empty" or something like that. I turned it on yesterday and it's fine. It's just the metal grill that I have. I only have one half of it, and it's gross. So I need to like scrape it and wrap it in aluminum foil and stuff. So I'm like, I could cook on it, but it's kind of a slog. Gotta hate couscous so much. I don't hate it. It's just it's gotta be the blandest thing I've ever eaten, and I've made it multiple times and tried to do multiple things to it. Short of putting a cup of salt into it, I don't know how to save the couscous. I wonder if it's just the texture of it that I'm not a huge fan of. Is it anything like Snoo Snoo? AR, it is as far from Snoo Snoo as you could possibly imagine. It is the opposite of pleasant as far in relation to Snoo Snoo. It was objectively good in regards to how packed it was. There was a lot to show. It all comes down to the content is a personal joy. What's on the docket today, Rooster? We're talking Nintendo Direct. It's really the only topic I had for today. Are you doing all right? Yeah, Neon Mole, I'm doing okay. I really don't know what it was. That's how we got into the discussion about couscous. I think what happened was I had that with the piece of salmon, and I think it was just messing with me. Crash course on what think couscous is like. Think tiny rice. It's actually qualifies as a pasta. I didn't know that. It qualifies as a pasta, but think like, you know how there's grains of rice? Imagine if they were like a quarter of that size. even smaller. That's what couscous is. It's, if you see it, it's, I don't know, it's almost like, it's, see, if I say cream of wheat, no one will know what that is, but it's almost like cream of wheat, but not milky. Right, yeah, rice pasta, like tiny pasta, yeah, like tiny pasta grains. It's my first time learning of couscous as well, and maybe I've heard of it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, think breadcrumb size. Think breadcrumb size, but it's actually pasta. Yeah, like cream of wheat, but oh, right. I know what cream. I never sure. There's certain things that I've eaten that, you know what? I've said the word farina to people, and people don't know what I'm talking about. And I always thought farina was just like cream of wheat. Um, yeah. So I never know. I'm so like, I need to get out and see the world, because I have existed so long in my little bubble of Northeast United States, that I don't know what is elsewhere. But hey, Thorn, quiet little Capricorn, and right, quiet little Capricorn. But and hello everybody. If I miss you, if I forget to say hello to you, I apologize for that. Of course. You got me at barbecue. Farina means flour in Portuguese. Yeah, it's it's actually like this. I've seen that product, and I'm pretty sure I've had it. Oh, because now I have to search for it. Farina is the name given to a form of milled wheat in the United States of America. The word farina, farina, is Latin meaning meal or flour, and the Italian word for flour. Okay, so basically it's cream of wheat. That's pretty much what cream of wheat is. Like it sounds like the fifth Hyrulean goddess. I have heard people holding Southern food in high regard. Certain foods. I know grits is like a big popular thing down there. No, FLOUR. Not the kind you bring to a date, the kind you use to make cookies that you bring to the date. So yeah, it was funny. So I'm looking at my grill outside, like, oh, maybe I can use it. I need to figure out if I can buy another like, metal grill pieces, because if I can do that, it works fine. If I can't, then I need to buy a whole new grill, which sucks because I love barbecue food. I love, there's nothing like a grilled steak. There's nothing like a grilled steak, with the exception of bacon wrapped chicken on the grill. Oh yeah. Sorry, I know Rooster. I know this is driving Rooster crazy, but I love it. I never had goat. I had a friend of mine that he used to love goat. He was originally Jamaican, but his family was all raised. Maybe he was half Jamaican, but he was raised over here, so he did not have like there was no Rastafarian stuff in his house. He did not have the Jamaican accent or anything like that. But he loved like curry goat, and he went to Jamaica a couple times. I'm from the East Coast too. I've had grits growing up. Grill now. Grill. Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah, it's a very different statement if that's what you heard. You can talk me all you want. I'll just judge you in silence. He said as he typed fury. Oh wait. There we go. when they hear you talking about meat, and it's time to respond. Malto meal is better than grits. I'm not even a grits person, so I'll be honest. I never had them. I honestly just never had them. I've eaten lamb. Lamb is good. I do like lamb. Bacon. Oh my god, it was so good. John Poncho, it's so good. But you know that. But that's food. Yeah, I won't judge vocally. I said that I wasn't going to say anything. Yeah, this week has been okay. Other than that weird sort of hiccup yesterday, I had off for Labor Day, which is you never know how much you need a day off of work until you have a day off of work, and then you realize how much more relaxing life can be. So it was nice to have that. I have a vacation coming up at the beginning of October for a week. Uh, I find it more relaxing when I have a day off when everybody else is still working. That to me is much more relaxing. There's a mental aspect of it when I'm sitting at home and everybody else is at work. That is more relaxing. If everybody has off, it's like, it's great to have off, but yeah, I don't know, I don't feel special. Hot take time. Bacon is overrated. Hot take time. No. No, you know what? Big Sweaty. I'm gonna call you Big Sweaty because I like that. I love bacon. I absolutely love bacon. But I only love bacon. I don't like when people talk about, oh, I had bacon flavored. Stop. Bacon flavored doesn't taste like bacon. The only thing that is good is bacon. That's it. Bacon flavored anything is blah. Bacon on things doesn't hurt, but I can't taste the bacon, so it feels pointless to me. Hot take. You're wrong. Bacon is Rooster. I know people like that. I know people that don't like it at all. I know a lot of people that don't like the texture of it. They don't like the text because I like the bacon sort of flimsy, not stiff and breakable or anything, like not crunchy. And I know people that no, it's not gonna happen. If it bends in any way whatsoever, they don't like it, and I can't get down with that. That's like telling me you like your steak almost burnt. Like, it's not the same. For me, I do not like the fat part of bacon. Yeah, you don't like the fatty part of the bacon. Yes, you're not a bacon person either. Yeah, I like bacon, but that's it. And it cracks me up when people are like, "Oh, if you like bacon, you got to try this." Like, is it bacon? No, then what's the point? Soft bacon. I can't eat bacon on my veggies. I love bacon on burgers. Bacon, like I've had bacon on pizza, and you know what I taste? Pizza. I just taste pizza. I don't know. I wonder if it's just that. I also wasn't a big fan of pork when I ate meat. Oh, see, I like bacon and pork are like two different animals. They really kind of are. They're like two different creatures. But I feel bad for them, but it tastes good. Bacon bits are tasteless. Yeah, bacon bits are just. I don't even think they're bacon. I remember reading something that bacon bits are like processed something or other, but they're not actually bacon. What about flavor? I bought maple bacon, like maple syrup flavored bacon or something once by accident, and I hated it. I couldn't stand it. It's fine the way it is. Why are you screwing with it? Have you ever had I've had pig roast. I've had pig roast, so yes. A wonderful magical animal. Bacon bits. That's the name of my Embor. Applewood like smoked bacon is okay. Hickory smoked bacon is fine, but like the maple syrup bacon is just like, who told you that was a good idea? Yeah, you don't touch a masterpiece. People that I eat bacon for breakfast. Yeah, I love it. I can eat just bacon for breakfast. I do love it, man. I mean, this is how I got into this mess, and that's how this happened. What about? I never had Canadian bacon. That's the one that's like round slices or something. Never had it. We should make a bacon bits icon. Yeah, bacon and eggs is a very, that's like a staple breakfast. Or your old European milk. Oh, hey, Sweaty. My father used to, he used to make the dad comment that one day I was going to turn into cereal or one day I was going to turn into pizza because they were the two things that I ate the most when I was younger. And truth be told, if as much as I love like steak and bacon and all that, if you told me I only had like two things to survive on for the rest of my life, it would be cereal and pizza. Canadian bacon is not. It's just ham. It's just slices of ham, right? Yeah. See, I don't like that. Yeah, they told me to grow feathers because I love chicken. AGM, then you should eat KFC chicken. They are the old rumor was that they were mutated chickens that don't have feathers. You can look that up. I'm sure there's a lot of crazy lore for it online. Biscuits and gravy. I don't get it. I don't get putting gravy on everything. Pizza cereal. Ooh, pizza cereal. That sounds terrible. So we talking about breakfast first, or the I don't know how we got sucked into talking about breakfast, but we were talking about breakfast. Yeah, like big sweaty, like radioactive chickens or something. Oh my god, yeah, look it up online. Look up Kentucky Fried Chicken theories, like crazy conspiracy theories, and it's hilarious. Some of the stuff that they used to get into. I do get putting gravy on fried. Yeah, fried chicken's fine. I never went to. Oh, KFC's good. KFC is if you like chicken, KFC's good. I could go for. I do like some breakfast. I'm gonna order food later too. I haven't ordered food in a little while, so I'm gonna order food, but I'm gonna try to be responsible and not eat a whole pizza or something like that. Mutated chicken. Are we talking about dinosaurs? Yeah, or were dinosaurs mutated chickens? Something to think about. But something to think about later. Because I want to get into our main topic because we're talking about all of this and I'm getting super hungry. I want to get into our main topic, which is because we've only got the one topic here, which is the Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct happened 2 days ago, and it was a big. Did you miss out on National Cheese Pizza? Ooh, I have to. Maybe cheese pizza is going to be on the docket for today. Popeyes is better than KFC. I like KFC chicken better than I like Popeyes chicken, but I like Popeyes biscuits better than I like KFC's. But yesterday or Tuesday, right? No, Wednesday. Wednesday was the Nintendo Direct. It was a big chunky one. It was about 40 minutes, and then there was another 20 minutes of Sakurai showing off a few things, and they made a couple of announcements during that. Overall, if I was to rank it out of 5, I'd give it a solid 3. And the reason I would give it a solid 3 is because it did what it's supposed to do, which is get a lot of information out there. Chunky. It got a lot of information out there, but it did not get out any wow information. There was maybe one announcement that wowed people, and that really was subjective. And everything else was either lukewarm or we already knew about. And that was the big thing. A lot of people are saying that it's a fantastic Direct. And I'm like, no, it wasn't a fantastic Direct because we didn't get our socks blown off from anything. It just did what it's supposed to do, which is gave us a whole bunch of news. And still nothing on Bayonetta 3. See, Shadow, I wasn't expecting Bayonetta 3. I wasn't expecting Metroid. I wasn't expecting any of that stuff because it said on the thing when it announced that the Direct was coming on the 3rd, they put a thing that said on the 4th it was going to be a Direct. It specifically said that it was mostly about stuff that was coming before the end of the year. So there was going to be about a lot of that stuff. So I wasn't really expecting a whole lot. So I'm not disappointed that I didn't see any of that crazy stuff. Were you expecting WoW info from Nintendo? Hey, Lilac. No, Xenoblade wasn't brand new. Well, okay, so here's what I have. I have the list of everything that was announced. I have the list of everything that was announced in the order that it was announced. So we're going to talk about it. That's what we always do here. I always run down every individual announcement, what I thought of it, and some of it's just sort of blah. I felt the Direct was okay. With that said, I did at least get a good amount of news. I'm excited for. No news on P5 Scramble. It didn't help that some of the stuff announced was leaked ahead of time. Neon, not even just leaked. Some of this stuff was just news ahead of time. Okay, so Overwatch was where they started with. Yeah, they started with Overwatch, which was it's going to be October 15th. That was confirmed. That was something that was leaked. It was something that was leaked. Hawkeye I think the direct did have Hawkeye the direct did have something for everyone, but you'll see what I mean when as we talk about these, you're going to understand what I mean. So Overwatch was announced officially October 15th. It's Overwatch. The problem now is that they're reporting that the game only gets 30 frames per second, as opposed to everybody else's 60 frames per second, which wouldn't be as much of an issue if it wasn't for the fact that there were other similar games. I think I saw Spawnwave mention Paladins. Paladins is a game extremely similar to Overwatch, and that runs at a perfect 60 frames per second. So how Overwatch isn't running at 60 frames per second is a little frustrating. I'll be honest, for a fast-paced game like that, yes, I think that it should be running at 60. I will probably skip it. Hey, Nick the Boss and Kai Linux. So which means I'm not going to play it on the Switch. So I should probably just go ahead and pick up a dirt cheap copy for the PS4 so I can finally try this game out. Diablo 3 runs decent on the Switch, and Overwatch can't. And that's the thing. Overwatch is a couple of years old. It's a few years old now. What's Overwatch? 2015, 2016? It's a little weird that it can't run at 60 frames per second. Makes it even worse that Paladins basically discount Overwatch. Yeah, it's the same damn thing. Doom runs at 30 frames per second on the Switch. I think so. Doom is, because it's not. Doom is a first person game. Doom is a first person shooter that you fight against the environment. Overwatch is I've heard them referred to as twitch shooters, where you have to have fast reflexes. 60 frames per second is important for games like that. So you're not like, it's kind of like Fortnite. Fortnite runs at 30 frames per second on the Switch. When you have played it at 60 frames per second, 30 frames per second puts you at a massive disadvantage. You have to be playing against other people on the Switch to really have a chance at Fortnite because of the frame rate. It does significantly hinder your ability to play the game. So when you're talking about something super fast like Overwatch, it does kind of mess you up. Doom is visually a bit heavier than Overwatch, if I recall. But I think the problem is that Doom is not as fast paced. But yeah, so that's Overwatch. We'll see. Luigi's Mansion 3, which I kind of shrug. It looks fun. I liked some of the stuff they showed, like the disco area. They said that there's a lot of different environments, which is very helpful to me. I don't need the whole thing to look like one big depressing mansion. I like the idea of having these different environments, so that's going to be very helpful. And that was released on Halloween. Other than the announcement for the new modes, we already knew. We knew Luigi's Mansion was coming. We knew it was going to be Halloween. We had already seen some stuff. Yeah, I was not a fan of the first game, but I didn't play the second one. I feel with the graphics being 900, they might have been better going 720. Yeah, and that's another thing with Overwatch is Overwatch is only going to run at 900 on TV, 720 on the handheld, and it still can't run at 60 frames per second. That's a problem for me. You're right. You would have been better off keeping it 720 on the screen and running it at 60 frames per second. I just hope it's not super long. Oh, 2 was super long. All right, so then we had Super Kirby Clash, which is a free-to-play game. We actually played that yesterday on stream, I think. Yeah, it was yesterday. Fun game. It's a free-to-play game, so there's going to be a lot of stuff that you can buy, but it seems like all the stuff that you can buy is cosmetic. So as far as I noticed, I'm not noticing a lot of pay-to-win options. So that's good, at least. Trials of Mana coming out April 24th, 2020. Looks good. Looks pretty good. I mean, I don't. We saw a few things, but nothing really significant.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Subscribe. Thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. One fear is that it will be a Mario game, as in you just go floor to floor. It's fitting that Luigi Mansion 3 is being see Aqua, I think it should be released at the beginning of October so that we have all of spooky October to play the game. I don't like that it's released. That'd be like, it's like, oh, we started selling Halloween decorations on Halloween. Like, I don't know. I just feel that's a nitpick though. That's a personal nitpick. I'm not gonna sit there and hold it against the game because it comes out on Halloween. Kirby Super Kirby Clash was basically the 3DS game, but on the Switch, from what I said. Okay. Spooktober. So Trials of Mana, and then we started getting like weird announcements. Playing through December with Louis. Yeah, Sir Scrap. Yeah, like Luigi's Mansion 3, just in time for all of the Christmas games. Like, you know what I mean? It's so weird. Then we started getting some weird announcements, and I felt the show started to sag a little bit. We got return of the Obra Dinn, which is probably the best looking Game Boy game I've ever seen. If you saw this game, it's like a first person. I think it's gonna be one of those like puzzle mystery type games, but it had this sort of Game Boy filter over everything, and it seemed interesting. The problem is the visual style going to feel like it's hindering the game? You know, and that's the only thing that sort of worries me about games like that. I like the idea of games like that, and then as you progress, it clears up, and you start to see a different graphics scheme. Like, I would love to say that it has this sort of Game Boy filter because you are surrounded in this mystery. But then as you go through the game and you start to understand things, it starts to clear up. You know, I think that would be kind of cool. I actually think that would be interesting. I don't think that's what's happening with Obra Dinn. But yeah, all I could think was, man, it just looks like an amazing Game Boy. Somebody said an amazing Game Boy camera game. It's out on PC already, and the visuals work with the game as you progress. It starts to draw in blanks and then animates. Okay, so sort of like that. Yeah, a metaphor. Yeah, basically like a walking visual metaphor. Then we got Little Town Hero, which apparently was originally announced as a working title game called Town. It looks like it wanted to be like an Animal Crossing Stardew Valley type game, and then it has like some adventure elements. Reminds me a lot of Fantasy Life for the 3DS, which was a fine game until you sort of finish it, and then it doesn't feel like there's anything. Like, it looked like you'd play it for the storyline and then stop playing it. You know, Animal Crossing, you sort of set your own goals with Animal Crossing, and then when you feel like you don't want to set any more goals, when you feel like you don't want to set any more goals, you kind of get bored with Animal Crossing. Little Town Hero just looks like, like, I'll try it. It's fun. Because Fantasy Life was like that. Fantasy Life was really fun until you sort of beat the story mode, or what would count as a story mode, and then you just stop. Like literally, I'm done. Turn it off, take it out of my system, and I've never even had the urge to play it again. Yeah, Ryan, I don't understand. I don't understand. It seems I'm not dropping any frames on my end. Game Freak wanted to try not Pokemon, but not too far from. Yeah, so I was like, Then we got the announcement that Banjo was going to be in Smash the same day. Not super duper surprising that happened. But you know, I'm not super hype about Banjo. I didn't play the old games. I don't have the fighter pass. Twitch is being slow to respond. Ryan, I'm gonna say, did you try and refresh? But that's a stupid thing to ask because I'm almost 100% positive that you have done that. Yeah, shadow dropping at this point is neutral B. At this point, it's like neutral A to me. So not too surprising about that. But yeah, I don't have any nostalgia for Banjo-Kazooie. I don't have the fighter pass, so I'm not playing as him anyway. So then came the next announcement, which was the character that we all kind of suspected. And so they finally confirmed, which was very nice, which was Terry Bogard for Smash. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. They did it. I was a huge King of Fighters fan. So that whole reveal with the characters trying to grab the letter and stuff was fantastic for me. I was loving it. I had a blast watching that. Great reveal. I loved that when it said Smash Brothers times, whatever the franchise logo is. I loved that it said Fatal Fury and not King of Fighters. I was very happy that it said that, because a lot of people were saying SNK, and then they were saying Terry, and they were saying King of Fighters, and it's like, Terry's not King of Fighters. King of Fighters is what is probably the first crossover fighting game. Terry's Fatal Fury. SNK Heroine. AR, do you think they'll use the female Terry as one of the alternate outfits? I don't know. But yeah, I love the trailer. I was very happy for it. Somebody said Ken with a hat. Apparently in Japan, kids are saying that. I wish I had a picture ready for this. Kids are saying that Terry Bogard is a buffed up Pokemon trainer. He's buffed up red. And I saw. Let me see if I can find it. Terry Bogard is Pokemon trainer. Let's see. Yeah, Japanese children are calling Terry Bogard a muscular Pokemon trainer. Let me see if I can view this. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I got it. Yeah, hold on. Save image. Pictures. There we go. Oh my God. Wait. I got bits. Where did I get those? Andy P, thank you for the 100 bits. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Oh, that's weird. The little thing didn't pop up. I got the notification for it, but the icon didn't pop up. Hold on. I'm gonna get this picture. I want to open this picture up. Because you have to see it. This is hilarious. If you have not seen this yet, open with photos. No, photo gallery. I always forget. It's OBS doesn't see one of these, so photo gallery. Yes, there it is. Look at him. Oh, damn it. My thing's going all over the place. Look. It looks like him. Oh, I love it. I was excited for both Banjo-Kazooie and Terry Bogard. Lilac, thank you so much for the 20 bits. Oh, yeah. You gotta remember, for anybody that donates bits, when you use the Subway sandwich emote, it adds another 10% to those bits. We need a Terry Bogard soundboard right next to the Arnold soundboard. Oh, hey, come on. That's the only Terry Bogard sound I need. Hey, come on. Crack shoe. But more importantly, season 2 DLC. Hold on. Yeah. After Terry Bogard, they announced that we have one more fighter for the Fighters Pass, and then we are getting a second. Okay, so it doesn't actually say a second fighter pass. All it said was that more fighters were coming. We don't know if it's going to be as part of a second fighter pass. We don't know how many it's going to be. I would assume they're just going to do another 5, and that it was going to be as part of a second fighter pass. But they never actually said, they never called it season 2. They didn't call it a new fighter pass. They didn't say how many people it was going to be. But they did announce that there were more fighters on the way. One more, and then many more. I want them to keep adding more fighters. Yeah, give me like 140 fighters. More than at least one. Yeah. Because they said fighters, or Ryan, as I call that word, fighter S. Yeah, I would imagine it's just gonna be. Another 5 in another fighter pass. Hey, Unqualified Gamer. AGM. I like that. An Echo Pack. I like the idea. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. What about themed fighter pass? This first fighter pass is 5 characters who don't already have representation in Smash Brothers. So what if the second fighter pass is Echo Fighters? They are all the rival of a character that's already in the game. You know, you could get rivals for. He stole my Echo Pack idea. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. Ryan, did you say that before? Okay. Then Ryan gets the credit for that one. But yeah, like you have Terry in Smash, so maybe you could release Geese Howard or Kyo from King of Fighters. You have Banjo, so I don't know who Banjo's villains are. You've got Hero from Dragon Quest, so maybe you have a Dragon Quest villain in there. Like, I like the idea of a villain from each of the new characters from those series added to the game. Shadow, or you could do Shadow for Sonic if you want to use characters that already are in the game. I don't know. I think that's a pretty interesting idea. Yeah, a villain pack. I think a villain pack would actually be pretty interesting if you wanted to do something like that. I mean, obviously you could just do 5 more characters, no matter what. You got Sora, you got Shantae. The villain for Hero would be Goku. Bass in Smash. No one wants Bass. Still hoping for Pyra. Echoes aren't going to be a pass level of deal, but I want some. Yeah. I don't know. It's fun to have ideas. I like the idea of theming the pass. But we're gonna move forward because realistically we could talk about that for the rest of the show. What's the best Tony Hawk game? Tony Hawk 1 had the best soundtrack, therefore it is the best game. Steven Universe movie joke. So then we got some Link's Awakening stuff. We already knew. We already have seen tons of stuff for Link's Awakening, so it was not really. Yes, we saw some new stuff, but we don't need to see all of these things. You know what I mean? Like, the game's coming out soon enough. Same thing. Dragon Quest 11. We don't. Ew, no. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. We didn't need Dragon Quest in this. Yes, I know you're trying to remind everybody that it's coming out, but we didn't need it. It's coming out soon. There's a demo out for it already. Tokyo. Okay, so this was a big one. This was not something for me. This was something for everybody else. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I don't know what the symbol is for music, but I'm gonna say hashtag FE Encore. I don't know what that symbol is supposed to. Sharp? Is it Sharp FE? Metal Sonic, yeah. Sharp. Okay, so it's Sharp. So Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore Champion Edition Hyper Fighting. That's coming out, which is great, which is fantastic. I know that was a game that came out and a lot of people missed it because it was on the Wii U and it was apparently a late Wii U release. So Pikmin 3, Wonderful 101. That's it. There's nothing left on the Wii U to play that you can't also play on the Switch besides Pikmin 3 and Wonderful 101. Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Okay, I wasn't sure. For some reason, I thought that was a version that came out. DuckTales. It ain't happening. And Hero, you could play DuckTales on other systems. DuckTales was on PS4 and I think Xbox 360. Or, no, not PS4, PS3. And I believe Xbox 360. As physical copies, so you can still get them. Champion Edition Hyper Fighting. The Zelda HD games, which I feel like they're going to show up. I feel like the Zelda HD games are absolutely going to show up. But even then, those are the HD versions. You can still play the original version somewhere else. Splatoon 1, yeah, the HD Zelda games. I still like Wii U because it has the version of the. I still like my Wii U. I can still use it to play like Crunchyroll and stuff. So I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, I do obviously like the game. See, my problem is that most of the games that I liked on the Wii U Virtual Console were the Super Nintendo games, and they're on the Switch now. Yeah, I wouldn't mind them re-releasing some of those HD remasters. That would be nice. Mario 3D World, which I'm surprised hasn't come to the Switch yet. I'm surprised that 3D Mario World hasn't come to the Switch yet. But yeah, so that's Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Then we got Deadly Premonition 2, which apparently was not a super popular game, or the first one wasn't. The first one was, I remember I saw somewhere that the first Deadly Premonitions was like all over the place, that with reviews and with opinions, that it was all over the place. So they announced that Deadly Premonition 2 is coming out. I think they said 2020, but then they said that Deadly Premonition 1 is available on the Switch right now, or at the time of release, at the time of the direct. It's a joke cult game. No one actually likes it. Ryan, maybe we can get this started. A joke cult game that no one actually likes sounds like something for the guys over at SGB to play. Which, when I was watching the trailer, when I was watching that and Deadly Premonition 2 came up, I actually said, this seems like something that they would play on SGB. It seems so kind of somewhere between stupid and serious. And it very much reminded me of something that John, Matt, and Elliot would play. Jim Sterling likes to make fun of it. Oh, he likes the game? Or he likes to make fun of it. It was the first I heard of this game. From what I learned, it's not that good. SGB plays is trash. See, it's so bad it's good. Like a meme game. Shadows of Destiny levels of stupid. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, this sounds like something they're gonna have to play. Well, when it comes out, you might have to harass. Well, they could play part 1 right now. Maybe it's time to harass SGB into playing Deadly Premonition. That seems like a game that's gonna give people a lot to laugh at. So then we got Divinity Original Sin 2. What? I don't know anything about Divinity Original Sin 1. So Original Sin 2, okay. I guess. I don't know. You harass them more. Divinity seemed like some sort of bargain basement Diablo. I don't know. And I asked about this game yesterday. They announced Doom 64 coming out November 22nd. I was not aware that Doom 64 was an original game. I thought it was just a port of Doom. So apparently this is the first time the Doom 64 is getting officially re-released. Hopefully you don't need a Bethesda account like what happened last time, which I know was a mistake, but it's just funny. Apparently it's like D&D and it's like D&D in RPG form. That's what now we're talking. So yeah, Doom 64 seems okay. Rogue Company, which is like a Rogue Company. Think Overwatch but third person. Coming in 2020. Seems interesting. I liked Fortnite, and one of the reasons I liked Fortnite was because it was third person. So I like that camera aspect. So that'll probably help me to enjoy it a little bit more. If they release DMC2 on Switch, pretty sure getting DMC3. You're out of all the families. Oh, because he likes DMC2. So yeah, Rogue Company. Okay. Okay, and you're gonna attack me for this one. Please do not attack me for this one.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Black Lightning Gamer, thank you so much for the follow. I'm trying to see if I have a sound effect of. I thought I had a lightning sound effect. Apparently, I do not have a lightning sound effect. So, Black Lightning Gamer, I'm just gonna have to. Oh, sorry. My apologies. Don't attack me for this one. Then they did a whole bunch of announcements for Pokemon Sword and Shield. And quite frankly, I couldn't care less. I really couldn't. At this point, I don't need any more information on the game. I feel like anybody who is excited for the game is already excited for the game. Anybody who is not excited for the game is not excited for the game. You don't need to put all of this, because now we can cook. Oh my God, 100 recipes of food. I don't care. And the Poltergeist, with the Objectmon. I don't know. The best, yeah. Who said that? That bird is the best part of the trip. AGM, that bird Pokemon that looks like the Putu bird. I mentioned this the other day. Putu. Oh my God, where's the? Hold on, I want to get a great picture of this. Look at it! Oh my God, hold on. Putu. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Hang on. Open with photo gallery. The Pokemon that looks like this. I saw it and I remember the bird, but I didn't remember what the name of the bird was. It was called the Putu. This is a real bird, and that's what the Pokemon looks like. Hold on, Putu Pokemon. You see, no, it's not here. What was the name of that new Pokemon? I'm gonna leave that picture. The bird has seen some shit. What was the name of the new bird Pokemon? Did they actually say it, or I mean, I'm pretty sure we saw it, but Cramorant. Cramorant. Let's see if I can get a head-on picture of it. Yeah, hold on. That's good enough. Cramorant. Save. Hang on. Open with gallery. All right, so we got that or that. Oh, it's not doing the right one. Okay. Look, see, it's the Putu. It just it looks silly. I like the way it looks. The deep throater. It's already been looted. Of course, it's already been looted. Ice-T-Mon. They want to praise the new Pokemon because it's the new baby in the line of games, so we gotta put it on a pedestal. Don't get me wrong, the game looks good and all, but they missed a lot of what could have been. Yeah, and yeah, stop Objectmon, please. I don't find them interesting is really my problem with the Objectmon. I don't find them interesting. I think Objectmon work better for that's what Yokai Watch is for. That's not this. Greg, what's your Twitter? I have a funny Shadow, if you look at the links down below, I have a link that goes right to my Twitter. So you can send it there. So yeah, Pokemon. Okay. Then we got a big announcement. We got the SNES games on the Switch was a big gigantic announcement. So I was extremely happy to see that. What I was even more happy to see was that it's 20 games. They're good games. They're unusual games. There's even some unusual games on there. I had a list of the games too. SNES online games. I'm gonna blast through the list of games really quick. Here's the list of games. This is the game. Oh, here we go. All right. Who asked for soccer and tennis and one family? No. Bruce, that is a that's a Super Nintendo game. It's a Super Famicom game. It is Super Puyo Puyo 2 is that game. Sadly, they just came out today that it won't be monthly anymore. Yeah, we're getting into all of that, Ryan. We're getting into all of that. I actually was gonna save this SNES Switch talk for the last part, because there's a lot that I want to discuss in this. So these are the 20 games that were announced. Brawl Brothers, which is actually a very competent beat 'em up, but the levels are way too long. Breath of Fire, Demon's Crest, which is great. F-Zero, so Ryan is happy that there's finally an F-Zero game on the Switch. Joe and Mac 2, but not Joe and Mac 1. Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby's Dream Land 3, great pick. Pilot Wings, of course, Star Fox, but not Star Fox 2. Stunt Race FX, oh my god, Stunt Race FX, yay! Let's celebrate the terrible game that is Stunt Race FX. I'm sorry. It's a cute niche sort of game, but it's not a good game. Super Earth Defense Force, which do not pass that game up. Super Earth Defense Force is visually beautiful. It sounds spectacular. It's such a great game. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Mario World 2, Super Metroid, of course. Super Puyo Puyo 2, Super Soccer, Super Tennis, and The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. My biggest problem with Super Soccer is that that is the game that looks like it has Donald Trump on the cover, and it drives me up a wall. Oh my god, I do have that. Wow, why the hell do I have that here? Open with photo gallery. I'm so happy to have this. This is a bad picture, but you can tell that the guy on the cover of Super Soccer looks like Donald Trump. I'm going to leave that right there. Earth Defense Force. Nintendo changing their retro releases schedule. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna leave that. That's gonna stay right there. So many cursed images today. Not enough orange to be done. It's also very pixelated. Very interesting games on that list. Very cool controller coming out. I'm waiting for the controller to be released. It's going to be $30 and you get one controller, which is great because I did not need to spend $60 for two controllers from before. The SNES controller looks remarkable for the Switch. So I'm very, very happy. Okay, I can't leave that up there anymore. I'm very happy to see that controller. It was very nice looking. The one weird thing that we actually got this news today or yesterday, I believe. Oh my god, yeah, I would love to see Killer Instinct on. I'm surprised Killer Instinct wasn't on there. One of the weirdest pieces of news that we got was that they are scrapping the idea of monthly releases. I feel like I'm okay with this. And here's my issue. We were not getting a lot of releases before the way we should be. See, here, okay. They said that they're scrapping the monthly releases, but they did not say what's going to replace that as far as scheduling goes. For all we know, we're getting weekly releases. That's something that we've been asking for a while. We just, and this is what upsets me about outrage, this sort of outrage culture where, oh my god, I can't believe they're changing this thing. but we don't know what they're changing it to. I'm willing to wait. You see, I have been saying that they should be releasing these games weekly, 1 or 2 games a week, not a month. If they change it to that, then yes, they're canceling the monthly schedule. So as far as canceling the monthly schedule goes, to me, they're still on track to do the thing that I want to do, which is to release them a lot more regularly. And yes, to not drip feed them, because that's what I've been calling it. It's been like a drip feed, like an IV of video games once a month for this Nintendo's online service. For all we know, they're scrapping that because they're going to go to once a week. I'm okay with that. That's fine. That's what I wanted them to do in the first place. So I want to wait before the outrage swells within me. I have plenty of other things I can spend my outrage on. Outrage is like points. They're my they're my it's like points for me being pissed off. I call it P shop. If we couldn't get NES games weekly, we definitely ain't getting SNES games weekly. Latimer, what if we're getting them weekly, but we're not going to get every system weekly? What if every week we're getting an NES game, and then the week after that we're getting an SNES game, and then after that we're getting an NES game, and then they go back and forth and back and forth? That's not the worst thing they can do. It still feels a little drip feedy, but it's not the worst thing that they can do. Aren't you streaming the Switch SNES? I wanted to. I probably will at some point. We're entering a holiday season. I don't think weekly. I see, Mendez. I think this is the perfect time to release them weekly, because by the time you get to the holiday season and people are starting to buy Switches for the holidays, you're going to have a gigantic library of retro games as a selling point for getting the Nintendo Online service. So this would be the time to start releasing them now. Yeah, they could release bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks, you could do 1 or 2 NES games. And in the other 2 weeks, you do SNES games. Removing the monthly structure is not necessarily a bad thing, but we need to wait and see what else they do with it. Now, if they go to like every 2 months, we get a batch of games, that's going to be annoying. This sounds crazy, but I want them to do Game Boy next. I expect that they'll do N64 next. I don't really care too much for Game Boy and Game Boy Color. I would like for them to do Game Boy Advance. I think if they did Game Boy Advance on the Switch, there we go. Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission, Minish Cap. You start putting stuff like that, the Castlevania games. You start putting stuff like that, and we're good. I just want my Bubble Bobble. I thought Bubble Bobble was already on the NES. I think they'll do GameCube at some point. I don't know. I don't know about GameCube. Not yet, anyway. Game Boy Color have aged like the NES. Most of them simply aren't good by today's standards. And people just... people are... Ryan, not only people are woefully nostalgic, I don't think people understand the sacrifice that the game makes when you blow it up to the big screen. Those games were made for a screen this big. When you blow them up to a big screen, it's not pretty. If you don't believe me, if anybody out there does not believe me, if you have got the Game Boy player for your GameCube, or just emulators, plug them up. Put a Game Boy game in there and have it on your big 40, 50-inch TV in your living room. It's not pretty. It's really not. So yeah, but GBA games would scale up okay. But yeah, regular Game Boy Color games don't scale that well. I'd rather see them get Super Game Boy emulation correct. They already have the SNES core for it. Yeah, you just need the Game Boy side now. Yeah, that'd be a much easier way to do it. The GBA Consoleizer. Oh yeah, I saw that before. The Consoleizer. That's a good looking system too. The little Consoleizer. So yeah, so that's the SNES stuff. Tetris 99. They released a new stuff for Tetris 99. Do you think Nintendo ever put Dreamcast game? Black Lightning. I don't know about Dreamcast, but I actually thought, what if we get Sega Genesis games? The same way we have the NES Online app and SNES Online app. What if we ever got a Sega Genesis app? I think that would make a killing. I think people would love that idea. Golden Sun on the big screen. So we got a bunch of Tetris 99 updates. You all know I am bonkers for Tetris 99. I love it. I love it so much. Daily challenges for new themes. They added the system where you have these daily challenges that you do, and they earn you tickets, and then you spend tickets on new themes, which are great. Which, by the way, if anybody out there plays Tetris 99 and missed one of the other themes like Splatoon or the Fire Emblem one, they are in that Tetris 99 shop. For the themes, so you can earn enough tickets to go and buy them. Can we see Invictus Tetris 99 stream eventually? Oh God, yeah. Local arena mode. I am upset that people are not talking more about the fact that there's a local arena mode. It is an 8-player local arena mode that you can set up. I am ridiculously happy for this, because this is a tournament scene now. You can create a tournament scene with local play. That was the reason you couldn't do Tetris 99 local tournaments, was because there was no way to have everybody playing against themselves. This you can do this. You can do it with this. 8-player Tetris sounds chaotic. Well, it's Big Sweaty. It's 8 players each on their own Switch, so you can have tournaments. You can have everybody sitting around and playing the tournaments against each other. That's fantastic. I think that's great, and I don't think enough people are talking about it. And then they added Invictus mode, which I played a bunch earlier today. I got third place. Third place was the best I can do in Invictus mode. Invictus mode is only for people who have gotten a win on the regular mode of the regular Tetris 99 online mode. You can tell that the people playing that are way better than average, and it goes fast. I want to do a stream of it. I want to show off this mode. It is ridiculous. If you have Tetris and you have the tournament, the marathon mode, I think you have to buy the DLC for it. If you bought the DLC and you've got the marathon mode, put the marathon mode on and put it at maximum speed. Towards the end of the Invictus rounds, that's how fast it goes. It's nuts. It's wild. I love it. Yeah, but I was able to get the third place, and then I had to stop because I had to prep for the show. But I probably could have played that all night. It's such a ridiculously amazing version of the game. All right, Mario and Sonic. So we're gonna move on. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. At that point, is it Tetris or Sonic? Speaking of Sonic, Mario and Sonic looks fine. I'm more interested in the retro mode, which looks like the best new game of 2019 on Newgrounds. I love all the original sprites going at it for these modes. It looks fantastic. That's the only thing I'm interested in playing. I really don't. Olympic games are Olympic games. They are what they are, and the fact that it's Sonic and Mario characters is great, but it just doesn't appeal to me. It's the retro mode looks like a blast. That looks so great. Daemon X Machina has a new demo, and it's gonna basically it's the final demo, because that demo data is going to be able to transfer over to the full game. It does not look like they fixed the problems that I had with the first demo, so I have a feeling Daemon X Machina is a hard pass for me. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, kind of came out of left field. That's really kind of, when I was watching, I'm like, what? They fixed a ton of problems. Honestly, Johnny said that this game would be buried, and I agree with him. Star Wars? Daemon X Machina. Yes, Daemon X Machina. Yeah. It's Daemon X Machina is gonna get buried. Yeah, Jedi Outcast. What? Hydrate bot. I have been drinking my water. Hydrate bot, you're a little bit late. I started exactly at 5:00. I thought. Where you at? Hydrate bot? The Jedi Academy. Yeah, and then Fox, apparently Jedi Academy is next year. They said that the Jedi Academy is supposed to come out next year. Let's see here. Then we got this really quick sort of quick rundown of Witcher 3. I almost said Animal Crossing. Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection, which includes 4 and Rogue and Dauntless. They kind of threw them together. What you thinking of Haven? What do you mean, Barry? Just that it's going to be surrounded by so much other stuff that people want to buy that they're just gonna. It's not going to do well in sales because there's just, unfortunately, this September is a perfect example of a lot of games that are probably going to get buried because there's so much other stuff that's coming out. You have to make choices, and most people are not going to choose that thing. I said Animal Crossing 4 Black Flag. Yeah, because I wrote AC Rebel Collection. I didn't write Assassin's Creed. And Dauntless, I'm not familiar with Dauntless. Then they threw out this sizzle reel of Just Dance. I'm gonna go through these fast because that's what they did. Just Dance 2020 also coming to the Wii. Not kidding. Grid Autosports, Farming Simulator 20, Ni no Kuni, NBA 2K, Call of Cthulhu, Outer Worlds, Devil May Cry 2 for some reason, and Vampire. They were all in one sort of montage clip. Then we got, okay, and this embodies a lot of my problem with this Direct. Then we got Animal Crossing New Horizons news. You know me. You know that I love Animal Crossing. You know that I'm pumped to see some Animal Crossing news. It was nothing really significant to me. You got the Nook phone now, and it's got apps, and there's some crafting. I love the crafting. I love the fact that you can do crafting, but we already knew that you could do crafting. There's gathering, but we already knew that you could do gathering. It was effectively just a recap. The most interesting thing to me in that Animal Crossing demo video trailer was you can replace the trees. You can dig up the trees and have them as an item and then replant the whole tree. For anybody that plays Animal Crossing, you know that as far as structuring the trees and making sure that there was an even distribution of trees, because that was important to get to your perfect town, you had to chop down trees, dig up the stumps, and then plant new trees somewhere else. Now you can just dig up the trees and put them in different places. Fantastic. Best news of E3. They just won E3, and this isn't even E3. It's just a Direct. But yes, John Poncho, it went on for too long. As an Animal Crossing lover, I'm telling you, it went on for too long. And then we got the big finish, which was Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy that they're remastering it. That is a game that I missed because it was $90 used. And apparently, I did not realize this at the time. GameStop, because the used price was so much more than the new price, they were opening up new copies and selling them as used so that they could sell them for almost double the price. As a result, I completely missed out on Xenoblade Chronicles, so this is going to be a perfect chance to finally actually play this game. Now I can see what exactly it is the Shulk is feeling. Finally, yeah, don't have to waste $100 on a game. So that's good. That's good news. I'm very, very happy that we're going to be able to play this game. What I wouldn't mind seeing at some point is a Xenosaga collection. Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3. That's going to be like 300 hours of gameplay in one game. Oh, a new 3DS exclusive, which, 3DS is fantastic, but it's the 3DS. Yeah, so I'm overall, at this point, overall, a very meh sort of direct. Nothing, again, nothing mind blowing, nothing socks removing. It didn't do anything spectacular, but it did what it was supposed to do, which is it got out a bunch of news. My biggest problem is that half of this news we already knew. That's my biggest problem with it. Harvest Moon lets you raise animals and raise a farm. Yeah, there was a Harvest Moon. There were a couple of Harvest Moons on the Wii, and I think one of them was very animal oriented. It was okay, no more. Yeah, like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. That's why I said like 3 out of 5, which is fine for me. Nothing ass blasting. Let's see something here. Can anybody tell me the difference between Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon besides the aesthetics? The aesthetics, and then I believe Harvest Moon had some goals in mind. For the most part, Animal Crossing does not have goals in mind. You basically set the goals yourself, but it's very much peaceful. I think Stardew Valley surpassed Harvest Moon game. I didn't play enough Harvest Moon to make that comparison. I can tell you that once I got to a certain point in Stardew Valley, I just stopped. I completely stopped. The only thing I didn't do in Stardew Valley is get the gold clock. GameStop was opening new copies to sell them as used to charge higher prices. Yeah, DB Stewart, that was actually happening. Because used prices of the game were very, very rare. I remember they were selling them for $90. And you would go to a GameStop and they would have a new one. So what they were doing was they were taking off the plastic and then putting it on the shelf as a used game. You could tell too. You could tell when you would go and try and buy it, and the way they would snap hard into the case, you can tell that it was brand new. Linky was selling us games at double the price. Still no Shin Megami Tensei 5 news. Harvest Moon is more farming related, while Animal Crossing was more town based. You were the mayor of the town in the last one, and you got to set like city ordinances and stuff. It was very interesting. Very, very. I loved New Leaf. I think I played New Leaf more than I played City Folk, and I played City Folk for a few hundred hours at least. Yeah, it had that new game smell. Oh yeah. Then after that we got, because that was the end of the direct, but then there was 20 minutes of Xenoblade Chronicles was a GameStop exclusive. That's how they got away with doing that. So then we got 20 minutes of Sakurai playing Banjo-Kazooie and showing us the character, bragging that Toby Fox has been to his house. It was sort of I didn't really care because I wasn't going to be playing as Banjo anytime soon, so it wasn't really important to me, and it wasn't anything that we couldn't have gotten with a video that showed off all of his moves. It was nice and it was cute that Sakurai got to stream. Basically, is that what that was? No, Toby Fox brags about being in Sakurai's house. So we got to see that. It was fine. And then they showed off the big reveal. First, they showed off some Terry. They actually did show Terry Bogard moves, which was okay. Then they showed off the Mii costumes, new Mii Fighter costumes, which at first I didn't care. I don't care about the Mii Fighter costumes or anything like, because I don't play as Mii Fighter. So the first one was Goemon, and immediately I cared. I was like, oh, this is cool. That's kind of cool that you get to play as him. Then there was Proto Man, looked very cool. Then there was Zero, looked really cool. Then there was Team Rocket, which I thought Team Rocket was great because Team Rocket, now that you can blast off again. If I ever see somebody wearing the Team Rocket costume, my intention is to meteor hit them off of the top of the screen so we can see them spiraling into the background. That's what I'm hoping for. PlayStation All-Stars, I don't know. Gotta catch these hands. And then they announced Sans, and then they showed Sans in Smash, which was fantastic. Everybody is very happy about it, and rightfully so, because Sans was a great character and is a great character. I won't use him. He's still a Mii fighter. That's the thing. It just looks like Sans. It's not. His move set is not Sans. You know what I mean? Like it looks like him, but it's not him. What I really liked was that there is a Megalovania remix that you get when you buy the Sans costume. I plan on buying the Sans costume specifically for the song. That's it. Yeah, if we make enough memes of a character, it will get into Smash. Oh my god, they're gonna make a meme, Rami. They're gonna make a meme character one day, and all of his moves are gonna be based on memes. Hey, you watch it with bashing Megalovania. You know what's funny? I love the Megalovania song, and I didn't experience it in the game because I played a pacifist run, so I didn't fight Sans. So I've only ever experienced it on like listening to it online, which by the way, there is a version of that song. Somebody is playing it live with it's called a launch pad. It's like a 64 button controller. Fantastic. Look it up. And oh yeah, and then of course the Megalovania with Bugs and Yosemite Sam makes me laugh every time I watch it. I like Heatman over Megalovania. Ooh, Heatman is good. The Heatman was I think that was it. But as you listen to my my Twitch sings version of Heatman's level. No, you moron, like this. No, you stupid rabbit, like this. Oh my god, it makes me laugh so bad. I know it's coming, and it still makes me laugh. Yeah, so that's out already. Yeah, it's all out. That's all out already. All right, so that was it. So that was everything in the Nintendo Direct. Like I said, it was overall relatively decent. It did its job. Is probably the best way to describe that Nintendo Direct, which is it did its job. Its job is to get news out there, and that's what it did. It didn't wow anybody. It didn't amaze anybody, with the exception of like the Sans announcement, because even the Terry announcement, because we kind of got spoiled to it, wasn't all that spectacular. What if I told you the note that caused the boom was C4? Paper Tom and Jerry. But yeah, overall a relatively decent Direct. I don't know if anybody, if you have, what do you think tell me in the chat now for every individual. What do you think was your favorite moment of the Direct? For me, as weird as it sounds, it was the intro of Terry with the SNK characters all grabbing for the letter. Which, by the way, for you non-King of Fighters fans, that letter spinning around and coming down, if I remember right, that was in King of Fighters 94. That's how everybody got the invitation to the King of Fighters tournament. So Smash Brothers stole it from that. That was not created specifically for that trailer. Fred Flintstone in Smash. Release date for Trials of Mana, Daemon X Machina, Terry and Xenoblade, the announcement of Tokyo Mirage. See, this is it. Look at how, like somebody said earlier, there was a little bit for everybody, because look at how diverse the favorite parts are. It's all over the place. Geese falling is now my new favorite meme. Oh my god, when geese falling was hilarious. Outer Worlds, I'm a Fallout fan. It was like the kid that always talks about that one thing when you find out what it is, the surprise fizzles out. Yeah. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Geese falling into Tekken 7. The main highlight of this direct was that a lot of content came out that day. Yeah, which is, like I said, which is new. That's a thing that Nintendo is doing now. I think a little bit for everybody and solid quality title is enough to make it a solid direct. Yeah, it was a Nintendo direct. It was a news dump like it was supposed to be. It was a news dump. It wasn't an event. And that's the thing. When I say that, a lot of people might think that I'm saying that like it's a bad thing. And no, it's not a bad thing. It's not always supposed to be an event. We've just come to expect it. So that's why I don't say that it's a bad direct. I will not say that it was a bad direct. I will just say that it was not a particularly spectacular direct. It simply did what its job is, which is it got news out there. I don't know what my favorite standout moment was. It seemed like a lot in those 40 minutes. There could have been more. Yeah, I'm wondering if they got new. When are we talking Endgame? DB, I saw a great picture today that said Doctor Strange, and it's got a picture of Doctor Strange when he's sitting and he's like the 4.14,065 possibilities and only one of them where we win. Someone said in Avengers Infinity War, Doctor Strange was watching Endgame. And in Endgame, Thanos, because he was saying that he had this vision that he was going to win, Thanos was watching Infinity War. And Sakurai said after the direct, I don't feel so good. It was an event for me, and I'll always enjoy watching it with other people. Yeah, I guess press play. If you're watching it with other people and you turn it into that kind of event, that's pretty cool. That's a better way to watch it. I feel like there's no way you're going to be disappointed if you do that. If I'm being completely honest, I actually wasn't really going to say anything. I did record myself watching the direct. I have all the footage of me watching the direct. I had it basically like my normal layout where I've got the direct was on the screen and I was on the small screen, and I recorded my whole reaction. The problem was it was like I didn't really react to a whole lot of things. Like I love the Terry announcement with all of the King of Fighters stuff. There were maybe a couple other moments where I was very impressed, but I didn't post it. Well, I not react videos, but I was thinking about maybe doing a highlight video of some of the stuff that blew me away, but nothing really blew me away. That was sort of the thing, you know, other than the Terry direct announcement, the Terry and Smash announcement, nothing really blew me away. So a lot of the direct is sitting there watching me eat pizza in the beginning and then watching Sakurai play, and you know what I mean? That's what it was. The direct happened while I was on vacation with friends. Watching it with them was good. I would post my highlight reaction if I cared. Season 2 DLC. Yeah, Ryan, that was a good pick. I think, you know what? Terry and the SNES games, all of the information about the SNES games is probably were my highlights for the Nintendo Direct. Definitely. Still waiting for news on Metroid Prime 4. Still waiting for that Metroid Prime trilogy. Absolutely. I'm not giving that up. Still waiting for my Paper Mario trilogy, or at least Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door remastered. Still waiting for those to happen. Still waiting for I'm waiting for Mother 3 to be localized just for all of you. Again, it'll be 2021 due to the restart of Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, no surprise there. Just the first. Yeah, for Paper Mario, I just want the first 3. I don't need any of the other ones. I just want the first 3. Oh, and Paper Mario Color Splash was on the Wii U. We could play that. Sticker Star HD. Game Awards is gonna be December, so we'll get more information there. Sans get the Smash envelope. Hurries open it. Send your clothes and never speak to me again. Oh, that's awesome. I still play Paper Mario on the. I like the Super Paper Mario on the Wii. I love that game. I don't understand the hate for that game. I get that it's not a standard RPG like the other ones were, but it's still a good game. I am a Super Paper Mario defender. from here to the end of time. I think we'll have one more. I don't know. I don't think we'll have one more direct. Fox, I imagine we could possibly have some sort of indie direct, but I don't imagine a full blown direct anymore. I haven't played the GameCube one, only Super. Oh my God, Gamer, the 1,000 Year Door is. I liked Paper Mario 64 better, but 1,000 Year Door did a lot of things better. And even I can say that as somebody who likes 64 a little bit better. Super Paper Mario is the best sequel to Zelda 2: Link's Adventure. I've been searching 1,000 Year Door for months, and a disc replay had it in a cabinet. Oh, what? That's ridiculous. That's crazy, Shadow. You can get stick. I've had extra copies of 1,000 Year Door too. I don't think we get another one this year. Everything is known, or nothing big is coming out. Yeah, the DLC 5 for the Smash Awards. And Smash. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, I think we could theoretically have an indie direct before the year ends, but I think if there's any other announcements they want to make, they're gonna save it for the Game Awards. I got 1,000 Year Door for $20. Oh yeah. There'll most likely be a Terry showcase. See, now here's the thing, Thorn. Did we get a Banjo showcase? Because I feel like I don't remember getting a Banjo moves showcase, and what we got from Sakurai after the Nintendo Direct, I think counts as the showcase. I think that was them showing off all of Banjo's moves, because I don't remember one. Yeah, the end of the Direct was the Banjo showcase. So yeah, I don't know that we'll get a standard Terry showcase. I imagine that we're going to get Sakurai streaming with 2 controllers again. I feel like we get a Banjo remaster soon. I wouldn't be surprised to see Banjo hit Game Pass, because remember there was talk about Game Pass, believe it or not, Xbox Game Pass coming to the Nintendo Switch. There was talk about that before. So I would not be at all surprised if that ends up happening. Yeah, maybe a small Terry showcase. 1,000 Year Door is a good example of how sequels should be. Everything that worked stayed. Yeah, everything that worked stayed, and then they improved things for the better. They also did it for Hero, which, Hero's Hero. But that being said, for that long ass topic, it's viewer topics. So if you have anything that you want to discuss, if you have questions that you want to ask, if you have topics that you want to bring up, things that I may have missed, if you want to talk about the Direct some more, you go right ahead. But this is the viewer topic portion of the show. This is your segment. Take it away. I should probably have to read everything for you. Okay. Viewer topic I wanted to bring. Do you think games should have expectations on the player? Like games that want AGM, elaborate on that. New topic. My first Patreon game night is tonight. You have a Patreon? I think I had set up a Patreon and I never used it. So Ryan's shilling himself. So you go right ahead there and you shill yourself. Ryan, feel free to share a link to your Patreon. I will allow that. Okay, Thorn, I'm gonna say my thoughts on the Steven Universe movie was that it was really good. But I did a long discussion video. So if you check out my YouTube channel, I did a long discussion. I don't wanna get too much into that now, because I could talk about that movie for another hour. But I did a long discussion on it. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I thought that I liked every character. There were no characters in that movie that I did not like, which is a feat to be reached for sure when it comes to me. But yeah, if you would be so inclined, check my YouTube channel after the stream, and we did like an hour and a half discussion on it. The accessory for the Switch. For anybody that did not see, it's this tension ring sort of thing. It's about this big, and you squeeze it and you put it in between your legs and you crush it and you make it really lucky. But that's all they showed. They didn't show the game that's attached to it or anything like that. I am not very interested in this thing because it's a fitness item. It's a fitness thing. They did this before. With the Wii balance board, that they wanted it to seem like it was going to be this fun thing that you can do, but you could also use it for fitness, and it was primarily marketed as a fitness item. It's going to be a fitness item, which is okay. That's fine. But I until I see the game, I don't care. Did we speak about the SNES and NES? Yeah. We were talking about that before during the direct segment. I do have another. Ikumi Nakamura left her studio. Oh, she left the studio? I did not know that. Oh, well, hopefully she spreads her wings and we get to see Ikumi Nakamura in other fantastic areas. I'm still floored that Trials of Mana even can. Yeah, I am Pokemon. I'm a little floored that Trials of Mana is coming to the West with a remake. How about that Konami Rare game that I saw that, Phil, but I didn't read the article. I want to see what the game's all about. I did see that, but I did not read up on it. I only saw it like right before the show started. But doesn't Nintendo release their retro games on Switch? They're coming out. What do you think? That's the NES and the SNES apps. That's what they're for. Greg gets a free invite. Oh, I appreciate that. You interested in the new? Is there a new Plants vs Zombies game? Wow, I haven't played Plants vs Zombies in a long time. If we get a Wii Fit for the Switch, it better be called Fit for the Switch. You old gamers and your hula hoops and your balance board and your Ryan, you mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy. Thoughts on Oberdin? Bruce, it looks like the 2019 Game Boy Game of the Year. I want to see a little bit more, but the visual style looks like something that might need to be overcome. Apparently, it's already out though. It's already out on Steam, so I may have to watch some footage of it just to see how it feels. Jumping ahead. It's weird that they're calling it Trials of Mana and not say Pokemon Master. Or Pikmin Master? Is that supposed to be Pikmin or Pokemon? I am the Pikmin Master. They're calling it Trials of Mana because people know what that is over here. If they called it Seiken Densetsu 3, no one in the US would know what the hell they were talking about. Probably, actually, no one in North America would know what they were talking about. It was always Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana, Children of Mana, Sword of Mana over here. Final Fantasy Adventure. The oddball of the group. What do you think of the 7 remake? It's growing on me. I'm gamer. It's growing on me. I still want to see a lot more of it, but I'm more interested now than I was ever before. Apparently, there's a new trademark just now. I saw that for the hinged Joy-Con. What? That's weird. That seems weird to me. That makes it sound more like a nunchuck with buttons. Do I have a nunchuck here? There we go. Right? You see it? It's make it flatter and put buttons right here. And that's it. That's it's the same damn stick and everything. That's it. Nintendo must really love that Rise of Skywalker trailer. Yeah, but after 20 years of calling it Seiken Densetsu 3, it's jarring to me. Let's see here. Do you think they should remake Secret of Mana or leave it alone? No, I don't think they need to remake it. I think that it needs to be re-released so we can affiliate ourselves with it some more. I mean, see, the problem is we just had that collection. We had that collection of mana. I say mana, by the way. Do you say mana or mana? I've always said mana. What do you say? Mana or mana? We already got a remake, and it sucked. Oh yeah, that's right. They did, but I don't think they came out in the U.S. You think it's yeah. Nintendo really must love the Rise of Skywalker trailer. What's better than one nunchuck? Two. Trials is actually fitting title since every playable character goes through their own trip. Yeah, so I guess it makes sense. I guess it works better there. Phil. I'm surprised that it's not Seiken Densetsu 3: The Trials of Mana. If you could make a Pokemon game, how would you make it? That's tough to say. I know this is gonna sound weird considering that I talk about Sword and Shield and I talk about how very meh it feels. Probably more open world. Pokemon just roaming around. No, tall grass. You got a tall grass and it's random. It's a random encounter. Like, I would rather just walk around and see Pokemon in a gigantic environmental world, and then that's how I search for them. I think that's more interesting to me. So yeah, but yeah, I would do a massive. I would love to see it as an MMO, but a massive online Pokemon game. Or a massive open world Pokemon game. I think it's more interesting. I would do the beginning of Colosseum and then just keep it that way. The first boss in Musashi Samurai Warrior Legends is a ripoff of Zelda 64 boss. Well, games did that all the time. Wait till you play Link's Awakening. You're gonna see tons of stuff you've recognized from other things. Also, less object mod. If the VGC for Pokemon insists on being doubles, there should be more focus on double battles. Japan, it's actually called... Oh, in Japan, it is Seiken Densetsu 3 Trials of Mana. Okay. Anyone else weeping for Pikmin 4 news? I would like to see it. I would like to just see Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 come to the Switch. I think that would be great. Isn't there a Pokemon MMO on PC? It wouldn't be... AGM, I don't think it would be official if there is. Breath of the Wild with Pokemon Between Towns. One of Breath of the Wild's biggest issues is that the world at times felt a little empty. Fill it with Pokemon. Make me want to go out there and adventure so that I can meet more Pokemon and try and catch different things. That seems more interesting to me. Most Pokemon are peaceful. Some of them are hostile. So when you go to certain areas, you have to worry about fighting some of the larger Pokemon. It makes them more dangerous. I want to go to this area, but I can't because that's where the Rhydons hang out. So they're more dangerous. Here's one. Here's a weird change that I would make to Pokemon. This is an unusual change that I don't understand why they haven't done before. It's weird to me that you need to defeat 8 gym leaders. And these gym leaders are supposed to be the cream of the crop. But when you get to the Pokemon League, everybody there has defeated them. So it would make more sense to me that in a giant Pokemon world, you've got a lot more than just 8 gyms. It seems strange to me that the 8 gym leaders are supposed to be the best, but anybody who goes to the Pokemon League beats all of them. Like, it seems like it would make more sense that when you get to the Pokemon League, you have badges, and it's like you've got 8 gym badges, but you can choose where you go to fight them. You can choose trainers that have different types of Pokemon. You can choose trainers that have more varied kinds of Pokemon, because that's the one thing that always bothered me, is since they're all type-based. Like, oh, this is the rock gym, so I just take my water Pokemon, you know what I mean? It always kind of bothered me like that. So why not have a giant area? How about just a massive size world where I can travel between all of the Pokemon towns Pokemon areas that have existed so far? Invictus League. Kind of how the newer Quest games handle random battles. Yeah. I do prefer a darker story and more. I like for there to be a little bit of severity. I like for there to be a little bit of severity in the story. I like for there to feel like a little bit of urgency. I don't want it to feel like, but I don't want it to feel super serious. I don't want everybody to think we're playing a Call of Duty game with Pokemon. But I do like the idea of there's some urgency with what's going on. Wait, why do I have a white? You do not? Yeah, make it like the choice is how you want to. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that makes more sense to me. Kind of like did they do a ROM hack of Pokemon Crystal Clear? Is that what that was? I like story with the balance of both. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII felt very dire, but at the same time we got a lot of lighthearted moments, so it helped to break up the game, and I like that. I prefer something like that. If there's going to be a Pokemon MMO, then perhaps it would be best to drop the trainers go through, which collecting 8 badges. Yeah, that always kind of bothered me. Like, if they're supposed to be the best of the best, then how are you defeating all 8 of them? It would make more sense that there are 64 trainers in the entire land, and you have to beat any 8 of them so you can go and play to the ones that are your strengths. Because you know what's going to happen. Everybody's going to go and beat all 64 of them. Pokemon Crystal Clear Pepsi. I feel like they tried to be serious, but then after you beat the big bad, it just went back to as if nothing happened. I saw... Hold on. Let me see something here. I apologize if you posted a topic of some kind and I skipped it. Viewer topic, what do you think of consoles staying alive due to hacking? Like the Wii and Wii U with the homebrew and PSP. I don't mind it. I don't mind that at all from our side. I understand how companies don't want people hacking into their information, because any information that they put into those systems as far as content identification, you know what I mean, like methods for stopping emulation and stuff, that's their property, so they don't want people hacking that stuff and then using it to hack their future stuff. It's kind of a weird explanation. Do you think the Wii U can survive as a hack? Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, kind of like how the PSP was for emulation. Yeah, I question. I understand a video game company not wanting people to hack into it, but I like it. I like the idea of it happening later. I like the idea of like the PSP right now becoming emulation machines is fantastic, which I had one as an emulation machine. It's great. Speaking of Final Fantasy, I'm gonna download 8 now. Yeah, I haven't downloaded 8 yet. That's another game I'm gonna have to wait on. Pokemon Crystal Clear is a ROM hack of Gen 2 that allows you to start in either Kanto or Johto, create your own character, and then go take on the gyms in whatever order you want. Or if you're feeling extra ballsy, you can take on the Elite Four as early as the start of the game. See, yeah, I like that. See, no, here's the thing. As far as taking on the Elite Four, I wish it would say you need 8 gym badges. But you can have any 8 gym badges that you want. I like that. So you can go and choose the ones that play to your strengths. I also like the idea, and I know that this is going to be an unpopular opinion, I like the idea of, like the show, when you battle gym leaders, you have to use the same number of Pokemon. That always bothered me when I battle gym leaders and they have 3 or 4 Pokemon and I only won because I have 6. What if it was larger than Breath of the Wild? The reason people fought was to represent their region in a Tri-Wizard style event, beating it. Yeah, I like that, DB. I like that. That's a more interesting idea than just gotta catch them all and then defeat the Elite Four. Like, it's more interesting. I think it's just that I'm tired of it. After like 7 generations of the same thing, I'm just tired of it. If Nintendo ever decides to bring GunCon games to the NES, SNES library, how would they make it? Oh, that's easy. The one Joy-Con has the sensor in it. You just use that. That's an easy one. Yeah, I never understood why they didn't do that for some of the later systems. Yeah, the novelty ran dry, and I think you're right, Quiet, and that's why they keep adding this stuff. They added like, oh, there's cooking and there's all of this stuff. It's like, or maybe you can add like an interesting story with interesting characters that has some sense of urgency to it. Maybe it can be like a regular RPG just with Pokemon. Just and that's my problem with it. Pokemon games feel very Pokemon driven, and I don't remember ever playing a Pokemon game where I felt like the story was the driving force of the game. Pokemon games always feel like gotta catch them all, and it's like, okay, but there's kind of other stuff happening, and I feel like that stuff should be have a bigger focus. The Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Oh yeah, I hear a lot of people say that they prefer Digimon to Pokemon, and I think that's why. I think Digimon had more interesting stories. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth had a thing where your total party limit was a whopping 11, but you had a party memory limit. Each evolution of Digimon took a... Okay, so yeah, so you could only have a few super duper strong ones or a lot of weaker ones. Gen 5 felt like a traditional RPG with Pokemon in it. That was that Black and White? I think that was Black and White. I remember or was that, no, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was Black and White, and then it was X and Y were the ones after that. So you prefer playing Pokemon Black and White since that's the most story driven. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, that's what everybody's saying. So it sounds like I might like Pokemon Black and White a little bit better, which is probably why they're the only ones that got sequels, right? Because there was no X2 and Y2, and then was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, were they just enhanced versions of Sun and Moon, or were they totally different games? Yeah, play Digimon Cyber Story Cyber Sleuth. It was Persona with Digimon. It's like, it was Persona with Digimon. Oh. Just enhanced versions. All right. Are we ever going to get the story of Lily in Kanto? Are we ever going to get that? Because she went to Kanto, right? Are we ever going to get that? I want that. I would play that. I would play a Lily in Kanto Pokemon game. Just retellings of Sun and Moon but with extra content, yeah. Neon Mole, have a good one. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out. GTA style Pokemon game. Give Greg the combo. Oh yeah. What's that? The Sword and Shield combo pack. Remember? I do remember. I remember the existence of Jade Cocoon, but I did not play Jade Cocoon. Brock and Misty. Bring back Brock and Misty. Would love to, but that ain't happening. But you know what? Press play is, you're gonna head out later. Have a good one. Press play. If PayPal wasn't racist, I'd support. What? I don't even know how to respond to that. So we're gonna shut off the topic images, and I am gonna say that they're the first time they're packing both. I think so. Yeah, I don't remember them doing that with any of the other ones. What if there was a Pokemon game where you could travel with other trainers similar to Fox? That's more interesting to me. That's more. I would much rather have that as a feature in the game. But we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you everybody so much. I know it's a little bit early, but we're okay. Thank you everybody so much for stopping in and for hanging out and for listening to my rambles about the Nintendo Direct, since that was the only real topic that we did today. But thank you also for engaging in the Pokemon Direct. Otherwise, it's just me blabbing on for an hour and a half or 2 hours, which, you know, I'm totally capable of doing. Okay, I'm gonna try and remember my whole spiel. So stick around and let's see if I can actually remember it. If you are watching this live right now, please go ahead and check the links down below. Follow me over on YouTube, where I re-upload this show and other videos. And follow me over on Twitch, which is where I provide any updates about what's going to go on with the show, and I post a lot of fun stuff. And also go ahead and click follow if you haven't yet, and if you have a Twitch Prime sub, go ahead and use that Twitch Prime sub here. That would be very much appreciated. If you are watching this on YouTube, also check the links down below. Go ahead and follow me over on Twitter, where like I said, I post all of the news and things that are going on. And follow me over on Twitch, where we do this show live Fridays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We also stream Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Those are all Eastern times. So go ahead and do that, and it would all be very much appreciated. Any support you can throw my way is fantastic. We are trying to build a fun place here where we can talk about these things once a week, and we can have a blast. And I need your help to do that. Not necessarily with donations and all that kind of stuff, but I just basically need you to be here and help me out. Otherwise, like I said, it's just me talking to myself. But scroll down, and I'm greeted by Derposaurus. But that's going to do it. Have a good one, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. Play some fun games. Do me a favor. Do me a solid and play some fun games. That'll make me feel better, because there's so many games out there to play that I am not ever going to have a chance to play them all. So I need you to play some of them with me, and then you can tell me about everything I'm missing out on. But have a great night. Have a great weekend. I will see you all next time.